Dear student, I give lecture on measurement of dielectric constant and loss factor continuation. Under this topic, in this lecture video, we studied about the measurement ranges, low frequency measuring method. The low frequency range is 0 to 10 Hz, and power frequency measuring method. The first one we studied about the high voltage scaring bridge. Under measurement of dielectric constant and loss factor, in this lecture video, we studied about the measurement ranges, low frequency measuring method, power frequency measuring method. The power frequency method again subdivided into high voltage scaring bridge. The high voltage scaring bridge is again subdivided into scaring bridge arrangement for grounded capacitors, scaring bridge for high charging currents, scaring bridge for high dissipation factors. First one, measurement ranges. The lumped circuits which are used for the measurement of dielectric constant and the loss factor tan delta over the frequency range from DC, that is 0 Hz to about 100 megahertz. The bridge methods are very difficult for the low frequency range, that is 0 to 10 Hz. The bridge methods are employed for the medium frequency range. The range is 10 Hz to 10 to the power 6 Hz. The 4 amp scaring bridge which are commonly employed for the higher power frequency range, that is 50 Hz to about 100 kHz. The high voltage scaring bridge which are used for the power frequency measurement, that is 50 Hz, when the voltage effect stress on the dielectric constant and loss factor tan delta is required. The bridge circuit which are present to produce problem in the shielding and the error measurements become excessive for the over high frequency range, that is 100 kHz to 100 MHz. The lumped circuit approximation is not a valid one because the frequency wavelength approaches that of the specimen thickness at the frequency above 100 MHz. The microwave techniques, that is also called as a traveling wave or the standing wave measurements, which are to be employed beyond the frequency range of 10 to the power 8 Hz. The variation and the sudden changes in the delta value happened for the information obtained from the measurement of tan delta and the complex permittivity, which are helped in the assessing the quality of the dielectric and the insulation system. The voltage applied is on the indication of the inception of the partial discharge, which is denoted by PD during the variation and sudden changes in the loss factor tan delta value. This partial discharge which is used to determine the inspection level of the internal discharges and internal losses due to partial discharge in the high voltage measuring equipments. This measuring range which is used to study the variation of the dielectric properties with different frequency ranges. The study of measurement ranges is concerned with the frequency region where the dispersion occurs, that is, the permittivity reduces with a rise in the frequency. So, this is the important key points for measurement ranges which are used in the measurement of dielectric constant and loss factor. Then low frequency measuring methods. The range of low frequency is 0 to 10 Hz. Suppose we are taking the high voltage testing equipments. The rating of the testing equipment is large kVA rating at high voltage levels and to study the dielectric properties at zero frequency, that is DC, or near to the frequency only. This is the advantages for this one to carry out the test in the frequency range of 0 to 10 Hertz. The conventional Wheatstone type bridges are not suitable for low frequency measuring methods. The DC amplifier method, which are used to test the dielectrics over the low frequency range, that is 0 to 10 Hertz. The measurement accuracy means the measurement accuracy dependent on the stability of the supply sources and detectors. Then we studied about the power frequency measuring method. The first method is high voltage scaring bridge. That is the scaring bridge which is used to measure the high voltage. How the balance condition is obtained? That means in power frequency range is nothing but 25 to 100 Hz. Scaring bridge is a very versatile and sensitive bridge and is rapidly suitable for high voltage measurement. The stress depends on K dash or epsilon r and tan delta can be rapidly obtained with high voltage scaring bridge. The schematic diagram of the high voltage scaring bridge is shown in the figure. The lossy capacitor or the capacitor with the dielectric between the electrodes is represented as an imperfect capacitor of the capacitance Cs together with the resistance small Rx, which is shown in the figure. The standard capacitor, which is denoted by Cs, which is shown in the figure, which will usually have a capacitance of 50 to 500 picofarad. The variable amps are R4 and C3R3, which are shown in the figure. Now, the balance condition is obtained when Z1 divided by Z2 equal to Z4 divided by Z3, where Z1 and Z2, Z3, Z4 is calculated from the high voltage scaring bridge. Z1 equal to small Rx plus 1 divided by j omega Cs. That is the Cx and Rx both are connected in series. That is the first term. The second term Z2 1 divided by j omega Cs. The second term consists of only the capacitance Cs only. The third amp is Z3, that is the R3 and C3 both are connected in parallel. C3 is the variable one, R3 is the fixed one. So therefore the Z3 is equal to R3 divided by 1 plus j omega C3 into R3. The fourth amp, that is Z4, the R4 is the variable one. So therefore the Z4 is equal to R4 from the figure. In this case, the supply transformer is connected between the terminal A and B, and then the detector is connected between the E and F terminal, and then the diode that is connected between the E and F, which is denoted by G. The balance equations are the Cx is equal to R3 divided by R4 into Cs and small Rx is equal to Cx divided by Cs. The Cx is nothing but the lossy capacitor of the capacitance. So R3 is the resistance, R4 is the resistance, Cs is the standard capacitor. The small Rx is the resistance of the lossy capacitor. The loss angle tan delta x is calculated by using the formula that is equal to omega Cx Rx, that is equal to omega C3 R3. Usually the del psi will be the small value for the power frequencies for the common dielectrics, so that the cos theta x that is equal to sine delta x that is equal to delta x that is equal to tan delta x that is equal to omega C3 R3. The lossy capacitor, which is made as the equivalent lossy capacitance, that is Cx, in series with the small Rx, can be represented as a parallel combination of Cx and capital Rx. From the parallel combination of Cx and Rx, we have to calculate the Rx, capital Rx equal to 1 divided by omega squared Cx squared into small rx, with Cx having the same value. The normal method of the balancing is by fixing the value of R3 and adjusting C3 and R4. If the R3 is chosen as 1000 divided by pi ohms for omega equal to 100 pi, and if C3 is expressed in microfarad, then the tan delta is equal to 0.1 C3, giving a direct reading of tan delta. So therefore the R4 will be the decayed box with 5 to 6 decayed dials. The maximum value of R4 is limited to 10 to the power 4 ohm, and the lowest value will not be less than 0.01 ohm. This range adequately takes care of the errors due to the contact resistance as well as the stay capacitance effect across R4, which are usually very small. It is important to see that the resistance are pure and the non-reactive, and the standard capacitor has negligible loss factor tan delta, that is air or gas filled capacitor is used. Dear student, in this lecture video, you clearly understood the concept of measuring ranges, low frequency measuring methods, that is 0 to 10 hertz, and then high voltage scattering bridge. Thank you students for watching this video.